let me just say what were the things that were taken back to the drawing board as a result of discussions that we had with, let's say, different professional chambers in this university. Well, this was pressure to increase consistency between employed and non-employed candidates. The point, which was lacking at some point, that non-employed candidates could be the authors of their own proposal. People come from outside with support and also a precise proposal. It was not that we didn't want it, but it somehow seemed inconsistent with the proposal as it was. The proviso, which is rather important, that candidates which are non-employed can only be involved in our educational system if this is explicitly part of their training and supervision plan. Right? This was also some unclarity. At some point in time, it was thought that the best method to force a real clean qualifier would be to first offer a contract for or appointment for 18 months and then extend it or have a second half after the qualifier. It was felt by many that this would put us possibly in a bad position with respect to other universities where people could say, well, I'm offered a 4-year contract. So, right? So this has been taken out. We now found a good way to accommodate the qualifier even when a standard contract is 4 years. I wasn't too sure what this bullet meant for external contracts are emit and no money, no time, no facilities. So whose problem is this?
No, there are candidates that come with own money to study at the university. Mm-hmm. They are not external candidates, they are here on campus. And there are external candidates, for example, in a business, with Philips or with Shell or whatever, who want to write their thesis, but they only come here to visit the professor and do not use the facilities. There was...
And we did not provide for that possibility too clearly in the old version. So
they have been around always, but
yes,
I think they are the most difficult category to really get onto, to get visible.
Okay, good. Yeah. Well, there has been quite some debate on the 30 EC educational path. And we have, it's very important to understand that it has been our experience that by tabling many of the activities that regular PhDs do, you would have not much problems in reaching this target of 30, because also summer schools, things that are organized by national research schools, etc., would all count in. However, we want to make it a point that always it can be argued if you have good arguments. For example, if you have an older PhD candidate who has already had a career and can show to have certain skills or things that you would want to cover somehow as part of these 30 EC, then this need not to be done. So the point is, in principle, it's 30 EC. In practice, it can be, let's say, custom made for the occasion. So that's important to understand. And well, of course, but this is certainly a last point, when exceptional circumstances are there, then limited extension is possible. But this should always be dealt with very carefully, because each of you knows that if you open this door only a little bit, that before you know it, all PhD degrees take much longer. So this is a possibility, but at the same time it must be very well guarded, because our objective should be to have people in and out of the system in 4 years, unless the basis of their contract is a part-time in which we have spelled out from the beginning that the time path is a different one. Of course, then it's okay.